Controlled Chaos here. With the year 2025 almost being over, I want to talk about the updates that came to No Man's Sky this year and which one was my favorite. Let's go ahead and get into it. First off, there was Worlds Part 2. This update added a lot to it. It added in purple solar systems, which had giant planets, and introduced giant gas planets, which was a lot of fun. Gave us a lot of new cool things to deal with and stuff like that. It was decent. It was good. Was it my best? No. It was nice. It gave us new things to explore. And exploring, that puts it up pretty high, but wasn't the best. Next, after that, came the Relics update. And this was an expedition that also gave us some new gameplay mechanics. They took the whole entire fossil system, reworked it into a relics and gave us relics. And the fossil system was really cool because we could show off fossilized creatures and things like that in displays. It was a decent expedition and a nice little add-on of updates of things for us to hunt for, causing for some more exploration, which was nice. Still not my favorite. But then there was the Beacon update. And this one was really cool because it did an update to the settlements and introduced the game for the Nintendo Switch 2. The settlement updates was really nice. A nice add-on. We could level up buildings. We could level up our settlements in from like a C tier to an S tier and things like that. And it could affect the economy in the solar system. Really nice change there. It was fun to play around with. Still not my favorite. Then there was the Voyager update. This added in a new ship class, but this ship class was different from every other ship class that we had. It added in the Corvette ship class, which allowed us to build our own ship, sort of like Starfield's ship building capabilities. It was a really fun update. This added in a lot for it because you can now jump off of these Corvette ships and do skydiving. You can have your friends join your ship and have multiple people on the ship. You could build sort of a mini base on the ship and do cooking and refining and stuff like that. That made things really, really cool. This one was my favorite. I'll explain why at the end. But then there was the Breach expedition. This expedition brought in more Corvette parts and introduced salvaging of wrecked Corvette ships and stuff like that. And it's sort of nice. I mean, we did a lot of the wrecked Corvette ships in the expedition, but trying to get one of those to pop up in the random anomalies is really, really hard. But now let's go back to the Voyagers update. The reason this is my favorite is because it allows us to get really creative with building our own ships. It allows the player to stand out uniquely, very uniquely, with their own custom ships and how it's built. It allows us to create hallways how we see fit and decorate how we see fit the ship in the design by the parts and the colors, and the fact that they're adding in more parts, and there can be more added parts later on, such as with what they did with the Breach update, and really adds in a nice feeling. It can do a lot in the future, which is why part of the reason this is my number one update of the year. The second reason it's my number one update is being a content creator. It allows me to continue creating interesting new content for No Man's Sky between updates. When World Parts 2 came out and I did the video about that, after that was done and talking about it, doing some of the tutorials and guides about it, that was it. It was done. It was over. Nothing more worth doing. Same with the Relics and the Beacon and every update before that. With the Voyager update, the ship customization, yeah, I did tutorials, guides, and talked about the update when it first came out. And I'm still doing guides with Corvettes because I'm doing guides on here's how to build this cool ship and taking you step by step and things like that. And I can see that lasting a good while. It's given me an actual backlog of content to do for No Man's Sky, which as a content creator, I really like. I like to be able to jump in and go, okay, I'm going to do this video next, or this is the next one on the list, and go from there. It also pushes my creativity capabilities in, can I build this ship in No Man's Sky and take a ship from a different franchise and try to rebuild it in No Man's Sky and see what the possibilities are and stuff like that. Do I get to do every ship that's on the list? No, there have been some ships that I cannot do. Like this week I was gonna release a video on how to build a Titanfall fighter ship in No Man's Sky. And unfortunately, I can't get it to look right. It looks just boxy as all get out and just doesn't have the feel of what almost looks like a Harrier jet type feel, but futuristic. And so I had to put a post up saying, hey, unfortunately I'm unable to do this one because it just doesn't look right. I can't get the right look and feeling. The dimensions are either off or it just feels completely off and wrong. So that's one thing. Now, in the future, I'm keeping it on the list because they can put out more parts that make it feasible for me to be able to build that ship. So if you recommend a ship for me to build from another franchise in No Man's Sky, and I come out and say, hey, I can't do this due to the limitations of the build parts, it doesn't mean I'm knocking your ship off the list. It just means I'm moving it to the bottom of the list. I'm going to wait, see if they come out with some more parts that makes that ship feasible to build. And that's sort of a nice thing, and hopes for the future, and what they do with it is going to be really, really nice. But overall, those are my reasonings. Comment down below what your favorite update was for No Man's Sky and why. I want to thank you for watching this video. YouTube will think you will like this video next. Have a great day.